on Northwest at 5, we're finally back, but something seems different. I'll tell you why. A collision between a dump truck and a train in Oliver Pipoons, the very latest on that situation. The winners of the T-Bay Tail for Good Community Fund have been announced. Sam Goldstein has a report coming up. Showers exiting our region tonight, but there's another chance down the road. We have your 7-day forecast in a bit. Surprise, everyone! I'm back, and I've got World Cup, CFL, and more sports action to pass along. Northwest at 5 starts now.
From Lady River and Lake of the Woods to the corner of Lake Superior, this is Northwest at 5.
Good evening, and welcome to our first newscast in over a year. I'm Talking Ginger, both Talkie Tom and Talkie Ben are off. And there's actually a good reason for that, along with this old set being back in place. As of right now, our other set is getting a massive upgrade, and Tom and Ben are involved in the transformation process. Both will be unavailable for the next few months, so I'm filling in for them. We are estimating that the set upgrades will be ready for us by the fall, so stay tuned. To the headlines now. Confederation College and Seven Generations Education Institute are striking up a new partnership. Beginning this fall, Seven Gens will offer Confederation College programming at its campuses. College President Michelle Salo says it will strengthen how education is delivered in the region.
We're in the same places in the same region, and we think that together we could support learners and be stronger together than we were apart, and really just focusing on the future of learners.
It will start with the offering of the college's Indigenous Advocacy and Business Human Resources programs with an expansion to others in the future. Thunder Bay City Police are investigating a collision involving a CN train and a dump truck at a rail crossing west of Thunder Bay earlier this morning. Emergency crews were dispatched to the Jelly Road rail crossing south of Highway 1117 in Oliver Pipoons shortly after 10 a.m., following a report of a collision between a train and a dump truck. Police have confirmed that no injuries were reported. Members of the traffic unit are investigating the incident with assistance from the Ontario Ministry of Transportation and the CN Police Service, said a spokesperson for the Thunder Bay Police Service. No details about the circumstances leading up to the collision have been released, and the extent of any damage has not been released. We've reached out to CN for comment. For the second time this week, provincial police have disrupted a drug trafficking operation in Fort Francis. 3 people, all from the community, are facing charges following a search of an Osborne Street apartment. An estimated $42,000 in fentanyl, cocaine, currency, and other related items were discovered, along with the drug-related items. One person was arrested on an outstanding warrant, and another was charged for violating previous court conditions. Thunder Bay Regional Hospital is celebrating its successes in implementing its strategic plan. President Rhonda Crocker-Ellicott says they're in the final year of their 4-year plan and have launched all 26 initiatives set out in the document.
Investing in our staff is critical to sustainability. Investing in education, investing in an environment that is supportive and inclusive, ensuring that we provide an organization that gives the best possible tools to our staff so that they can provide the best possible care. It's all interconnected.
Some of the successes celebrated in the review of 2026 include cardiovascular surgery and implementing an integrated electronic health record system to improve clinical processes and patient care. Kenora Fire and Emergency Services now has 4 new recruits that were hired recently and are going through training. Fire Chief Gordon Howard admits it's probably a first for the city of Kenora.
A little bit different, obviously, because I don't think that Kenora's hired 4 at one time previously, or at least not in the last probably 20, 30, 50 years. We put out a call for applications. We had about, I think it was just over 200 people apply.
Howard says he's a bit surprised and pleased that all 4 have worked as volunteers with the fire department. More time is being given to attract interest in Sunny Cove Camp. A deadline for potential offers originally set for last Monday has been extended until next Monday. The town of Fort Francis decided to put the 36-acre site up for sale in May after concerns were expressed about the cost of fixing up the camp's main building, Russell Hall. A committee with representatives from the town and the Fort Francis Kiwanis Club, the camp's former owners, was set up to oversee the sale process. The town does not provide a reason for the deadline extension or if any bids have been received. We've reached out to the town for further comments. In the meantime, Councillor Wendy Brunetta is asking that the sale process be halted to permit a review of whether the vote to sell the camp was done properly. Her request is expected to come to council for debate on Monday as well. Now, normally at this point, Tom and Ben would throw it over to me for a first check on weather, but since they're not here, I guess I'm going to have to do it myself. In terms of weather, showers have been the main feature for today. However, in Kenora, there's a special weather statement out for the possibility of brief funnel clouds to develop. I do expect this activity to exit the region as the evening progresses. Our temperatures have been fairly normal for this time of the year as well, and I expect the trend to continue in the next several days. However, we've got more shower chances next week, so we'll take a look at those and the full 7-day forecast later on. A Lakehead University study is warning that the federal government's cannabis tracking system is failing to keep up with new products being offered in the marketplace. Lakehead clinical psychology PhD candidate Chelsea Noel says that with new cannabis products appearing every day, it can be tricky for health officials to advise on safe use.
We can't make informed public health decisions if we don't know what products youth are using and how they're using them, if we don't have adequate monitoring tools that keep pace with this diverse market that we have in Ontario that's hybrid, so both private and public retailers can sell cannabis.
The study also calls on Health Canada to enforce standardized labeling on the cannabis products to protect public health and improve consumer understanding. Still ahead, another chance for free fishing in Ontario this weekend. The good news for anglers. The T-Bay Tail for Good Community Fund winners have been revealed. We've got a report on that as well. And later, a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah has been made. Stay tuned, we'll be back.
You know, life often feels like you need to be everywhere at once. Fortunately, T-Bay Tel's Connected Home keeps you connected anywhere in perfect harmony. You can watch your show from the couch or at the coffee shop. You can control your home network while you're away for work. You can go from the house to the yard with Wi-Fi that stays by your side. Or you can check your home security when you're working out at the gym. A seamless connection from T-Bay Tel that's ready for anywhere. Welcome to the Anywhere era.
Ready for summer? Looking for a new vehicle? Then head to Dryden GM because there's never been a better time to buy. For the entire month of June, get 0% financing on select terms on almost everything on the lot. Choose from 2026 Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra light-duty and heavy-duty trucks, plus popular SUVs like the Equinox, Terrain, Trax, Trailblazer, and Buick Envision. All available with 0% financing. Don't miss out on these incredible savings. Stop by Dryden GM or visit drydengm.ca. Your summer starts here at Dryden GM.
Welcome back to the program. The City of Kenora is hiring an additional 4 students to work this summer in the downtown area. City Clerk Heather Pulak says it's a recognition that more needs to be done to ensure that all areas of the city are clean and tidy.
We've heard the business community, we've heard their concerns, and we need to work with them to make sure that their downtown areas and storefronts are welcoming and addressing the various garbage that's happening in the downtown.
Pulak says the 4-member team is in addition to the summer staff that the city already employs. This year's T-Bay Tail for Good winners have been announced. Here's Acadia Broadcasting Sam Goldstein with the results.
The Dryden Warmth Project, which launched just a couple months ago, is one of 3 winners from this year's T-Bay Tell for Good Community Fund, walking away with $10,000 to be used on food for the people using their drop-in center. Adria Penner is the executive director for the Bridges Adult Learning Center, one of the partners of the Warmth Project. She says the project is filling a gap in the community.
People are coming, they're getting connected to employment services, housing services, mental health, and health care. So it's really becoming a bridge for access to community resources.
The other 2 winners were both in Thunder Bay. I'm Sam Goldstein.
Premier Doug Ford is defending his government's track record in addressing the opioid crisis in both Ontario and Thunder Bay. Ford was asked what the progressive conservatives are doing to support people struggling with addiction.
I believe in giving them proper shelter. I know Thunder Bay received over $6.4 million every single year, and also $2 million per year for a new youth wellness hub in Thunder Bay. So we're trying to help people get back on their feet, find gainful employment, and get off the drugs.
Ford made the comments during a visit to Thunder Bay this week. Several residents of Garcineos and the Wampanoag Independent Nation traveled to Ottawa this week to make their case for increased compensation due to mercury poisoning. Elder Creasy Isaacs says the federal and the Ontario government knew about the mercury in English Wabigoon River system 60 years ago.
Canada is committing genocide on Grassy Narrows and White Dog and Wapsamung. They're committing genocide because they know and there's nothing being done.
The NDP hosted the press conference to raise questions about the federal government's Bill 37, the First Nations Clean Water Act. Leader Avi Lewis suggests it's just a watered-down version of a bill passed more than a decade ago.
And now the weather forecast is brought to you by West End Motors.
Well, it's been a sunny day across the western and central parts of our region today, as we've had showers for pretty much the entire day. I do want to note that areas around Kenora and Red Lake are under a special weather statement for the potential of brief funnel clouds to form. Tonight, though, the showers and storms will exit the Kenora and Fort Francis areas with lows around 10 degrees. Tomorrow, those areas will enjoy a mix of sun and cloud, while areas from Atikokan to Thunder Bay will continue to see showers and maybe thunderstorms. Highs will range from 18 to 20 degrees through the area. And tomorrow evening, skies will clear from west to east with lows ranging from 8 to 10. Taking a look ahead, temperatures will remain fairly normal for the period, with highs in the lower 20s and lows in the lower teens. Shower chances return to the forecast next week, although as of right now, there will be slight chances, and that's your forecast. Work is expected to begin on the Duke Street reconstruction project this weekend. The section between Earl Avenue to Van Horn Avenue will be closed to vehicle and pedestrian traffic for about 4 weeks. The City of Dryden says residents in the area may experience dust, noise, and other inconveniences. Detours will be in place and construction is expected to begin tomorrow. Up next, free fishing this weekend for people in Ontario, the good news for anglers. The Terry Fox Historic Monument and Visitor Center is getting some enhancements, and what you got for sports, Paul? Well, Ginger, I've got World Cup action, MLB action, some news from the NHL, and the Thunder Bay Border Cats to talk about. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Your life is a story, and your story is unique. But how would you want your loved ones to celebrate you? A traditional burial, simple cremation, or a celebration of life? This is just one decision in the pre-arrangement process. Arbor Memorial, a Canadian-owned business with 3 convenient locations in Thunder Bay, Harborview Funeral Center, Jenkins Funeral Home, and Sunset Memorial Gardens, is here to help. Call 1-888-700-7766 and start planning today. Arbor Memorial. Every life remembered.
Welcome back. If you're one of those who likes to fish in the summertime, you're going to get an advantage this weekend. Any Canadian can fish without the need of a fishing license or an outdoors card on Saturday and Sunday. Free fishing weekend ties to Father's Day, which is on Sunday. However, rules and regulations related to conservation licenses and other fishing regulations still have to be followed. Over $300,000 in Northern Ontario Heritage funding is going towards Thunder Bay to enhance the Terry Fox Monument and Visitor Center. The site welcomes more than 100,000 visitors annually from across Canada. The center's roof, walkways, trails, and landscaping will be upgraded. In addition, new water filling stations, outdoor tables, and benches will be purchased.
And now, the T-Bay Tells Sports Report.
Hello everyone, I'm Talking Paul. The Thunder Bay Border Cats are in action tonight as they close out a series with the Waterloo Bucks. The Border Cats split a doubleheader yesterday and are 12-13, 3.5 back of the La Crosse Loggers in the Great Plains East. They stay at home this weekend for games against the Duluth Huskies on Saturday and Sunday. In World Cup action, we have 4 games on tap. USA against Australia, Scotland against Morocco, Brazil against Haiti, and Turkey against Paraguay. The Toronto Maple Leafs have made a blockbuster deal to add to their defense corps. The Maple Leafs have completed a sign-and-trade for Tampa Bay Lightning defenseman Darren Radish. In return, the Lightning received a 5th-round pick in the June draft. Radish signed an 8-year deal worth $68 million with an AAV of $8.5 million. Staying with hockey, an NHL great is saying goodbye to his playing days. Winnipeg's Jonathan Toews, who played for his hometown team last season, announced his retirement today after 16 seasons. The announcement comes almost 1 year to the day after the Jets revealed Toews was joining the team following a 2-year hiatus from the NHL. That announcement was June 20th, 2025, but the formal signing didn't happen until July 1st. Throughout his career, Jonathan Toews won 3 Stanley Cups, 2 Olympic gold medals, a World Hockey Championship, and 2 World Junior Championships. In CFL action, Week 3 gets underway with the BC Lions visiting the Hamilton Tiger Cats. BC is coming off a season-opening loss to Saskatchewan last week. Meanwhile, the Tiger Cats earned their first win of the year in Winnipeg last week. In WNBA action, the Toronto Tempo are on the road as they take on the Connecticut Sun tonight. The Tempo are hoping to snap a 3-game losing streak. And finally, in MLB action, the Toronto Blue Jays are in Chicago to take on the Cubs. And that's your sports report. Now back to you, Ginger. Thank you, Paul. And finally, Israel and the Iranian-backed Hezbollah militant group agreed today to halt the heavy fighting in southern Lebanon. It came after a heavy exchange of fire killed 47 people in Lebanon and 4 Israeli soldiers. Neither Israel nor Hezbollah immediately confirmed the truce. And that's going to do it for Northwest at 5 today. Have yourselves a good evening, and I'll see you the next time. Good night, everyone.